Alright, Tuesday, October 9th, and hopefully all my Canadian friends and family had a great Thanksgiving weekend. So after Thanksgiving, traditionally for me, it's time for me to start thinking about storing cars. So the first one I think that's going to go into storage will be the TR3A, followed by the TR6, and the only reason the TR3A is going to be first is because it's in the way of me getting to start to work or back to work on the TR250. I need the garage clear, so I can't have this car home, so I'm going to take it up to storage and most likely put it away for the season. Like I'd mentioned, we'll extend the season a little bit further with the TR6. We may even bring the TR6 out and put the hardtop on it for the fall. We do have one more club event left. I think it's on the 20th of October that I want to bring the car out to, or a car out to. So we're not calling the end of the driving season just yet, but it is winding down for sure. Anyway, we'll take this up to storage, move a few things around, tuck it away in its little corner, cover it up, and I think that'll be it for this year for the TR3A. Alright, she's back up on jack stands, and we'll roll her against the wall. And I've already taken the seats out, I've taken all the tools out, all the carpet out, so it's pretty much ready to go. I'll just put some peppermint cotton balls in there as my choice for trying to keep the rodents at bay over the winter time, so we'll do that. So we'll get that pushed against the wall, we'll cover it up, and we'll bring the TR6 back in. And like I said, the TR6 will probably be out for another few runs before it gets too cold to have these cars out. So that's the plan anyway. Alright guys, Saturday, October 13th, just coming up to 10 to 5. And we're finally back out in the garage. And we're just trying to get motivated to uncover the 250 and start working on it again. I think what I'm going to do today or late for the rest of the afternoon is I'm going to clean the trailer out a little bit, just throw away the straps, take the battery out, etc. And we're going to turn that into back into a storage space. We don't intend on using that for the rest of this year, so it'll just be used for storage for the 250. So I think what we want to do is we want to move those body panels back out, at least the ones we're not working on currently, just to give us a bit more room. And I think what we'll do is we'll clean out the things that don't need to be in the garage, like these canning bottles, mason jars, whatever you want to call them. They can go back in the house. So we'll do that. We'll do a bit of cleaning, a bit of organizing, and a bit of moving stuff around, and then we'll sort of situate the car so we can get on it, working on it a little more easily. It's getting to a point in the year where the garage doors will have to remain closed. We've got a frost warning tonight, so going down to freezing this evening. So it's getting to a point in time where I need to shut the garage doors permanently and insulate them like I normally do for the winters. Not looking forward to that. So anyway, we got to do what we got to do. So let's get to work. We'll, like I said, clean that trailer up, and then we'll move some stuff around, and we'll come back in a little bit. Alright guys, Sunday, October the 14th, just coming up to 11:30, and we're going to do the car move today, get the body situated in the garage a little bit better. I did put some stuff away in the trailer yesterday, so we're pretty much ready to go on moving the body this morning. So I've got some big blocks here to put under the frame, since obviously it doesn't have any running gear underneath. So we'll prop the frame up and we'll twist the body. We're going to probably put it on about a 45-degree angle across the center of the garage to make it easy to get around to the nose and to the rear of the car. I've been working on the rear of the car, and it's just a little bit too tight to the back of the garage here, especially when the garage doors are shut. And as I mentioned yesterday, those are going to be shut permanently probably in the near future, so we'll need to resituate this car before that happens. So we'll do that today. So let's break out the jacks, and we'll give the garage a good sweep out while I'm moving things around as well. I've got to move the tranny out from underneath the car where it's stored. Excuse me. And we'll get the body moved. That was close. going to do some reorg at the front of the garage to move the sandblaster cabinet back towards the front of the garage, so I have more room to work on the nose of the car when it's on a 45. So that's going to entail me moving the compressor that's on this side of the garage probably over towards the other compressor, at least a larger tank, so I can move the small compressor down. So we'll do a little reorg and see what we can come up with. So we're in the process of moving the sandblaster and the air compressors, and of course that morphs into another project of taking the lights down and cleaning them and replacing bulbs as required, or cleaning bulbs. So it's never quite just a simple car move. There's always something else involved, which seems to take time, but may as well do it while I can, since this light here is probably going to be covered by the sandblaster. If I move the sandblaster over here, I may as well move the light up there. So that's what we're doing, taking down, cleaning, and replacing. Alright, got it situated in a better spot. I think what we'll do is we'll just jack the front end up enough to get the transmission back in the middle of the car and just out of the way, temporarily at least. So we'll do that next, but other than that, I think this is where the car is going to stay for most of the winter. I've got pretty good access around the front. I can get to all the bits around the front. I can get to the driver's side and the rear of the car, as long as I don't pile too much junk around it. And I can get to the rear, even with the door shut. It's going to be a little tight on this corner over here, but shouldn't be too bad. I'll just have to deal with it. And if I can't deal with it, I can always move the car up a little bit forward when I'm working on the rear of the car. So, that's it for now. Alright, just coming up to 3:30 p.m. and we've got the car situated now where we want to. It's back up on jack stand safely. And we've got the garage cleaned out as best as we can. So we're just about ready to start working back on the car. I thought I'd give you a quick roundup of what we've done so far. Obviously the car's been put into epoxy primer for the most part. There's still some welding repairs to be done here on the B-post where the rotisserie was attached, so we'll have to do that soon. There are still some areas that need to be epoxy primed, like back in here where you've got some surface rust now. This again was where the wooden bucks attached for the rotisserie, and I couldn't get the epoxy primer in there, so that once we've taken the bucks off now, I'll have to go back, wire brush that, and epoxy that. But again, I've got some welding repairs to do there as well before I get to that point, so we're going to do that. I did start to do some body work here on the back, on the rear posts here. They were in pretty rough shape, if you recall. They're probably the worst part on the car, and they are definitely looking better, but they still need a lot of work. I've just put the trunk lid on temporarily with some zip ties. We're going to dig out the hinges for that. We're going to put the stiffener inside the trunk lid before we start doing some body work on that, and that body work will continue down into that rear valance that we replaced that needs some work. You can see actually some of the weld lines, so we're just going to do a quick some quick filler work over that as well. Hopefully it's quick filler work, but we'll see, to smooth that area out. So it's looking a little bit better. You can't obviously see all that nasty welding below my fiberglass filler here that I put on first, followed by my polyester filler. So that's looking like it's taking a little bit better shape. I still have a lot of welding repairs up here to do. I've got some pinholes here, some pinholes here, and a lot of brazing in this area, a little hole here, and again all of the rotisserie mounting points, I've got to plug weld those closed as well. A few more, some tin worm here as well. I've installed that brazing, so that'll be fun to fix up as well. And again, we've got to get this epoxy primed on this side. So still some work to do, some welding to do, some epoxy priming to do, and tons of body work to do. A few other areas in here that need to be cleaned up and ground down. There's a repair area down there that we did after we epoxy primed, so we'll have to go back and fix that up and re-epoxy prime that area. Those areas there, if you recall, we fixed for the hinge mounting points for the bonnet, and we've got to hit that with epoxy after we clean that up a little bit. Same on this side. So yeah, tons of body work to do yet on this car, so that'll keep me busy for most of the winter time. If I run out of things to do on the bodywork, I've still got the frame to do. The frame's been painted previously, but I'm going to scratch that up and repaint it before I start assembling the chassis. I'm doing it a little different this restoration versus other restorations I've done. I'm leaving the chassis till the last, because I know what happens to the chassis after it's been, it's got the bodywork done on top of it, and it starts to look like crap after about the first week or so. So I prefer to do the chassis at the end and then drop the already prepared body onto it. Now we may have to sort of break that rule a little bit if we run out of stuff to do as far as body work is concerned on this car over the winter time. Then we'll probably start the chassis work and have that ready for the spring, and that will entail me digging the engine out from behind the engine hoist here. And if you recall, we sort of just left that at the machined point. It's already ready to go. Machine work's already been done on it. We just have to rebuild it, but we didn't want to rebuild it too soon because we knew it would be sitting around for some time. So anyway, so that's a lot of rambling, but that's where we are as far as the project update is concerned. And hopefully we'll be able to get out here now that we've got the car situated. We'll hopefully be able to be out here after work for an hour or two each night, like we normally had been in the past. So I don't have any travel plans for the next little while, so I should be able to get out here and make some progress on this car. I know a lot of you have asked me what's going on with the project, so there you go. There's just a little bit of a project update.